Welcome to the Toyota film session with Coach Will Muschamp, where we look ahead to the Gamecocks' next opponent. And Coach, the Georgia Bulldogs at the SEC East are next. I suspect when you look at them on film, there's reason why they're in the top three in the country.
The thing that jumps out at you most with Georgia is their team speed on both sides of the ball, and obviously affects it a lot in special teams. But this is something that's been somewhat of a staple for Jim Chaney, their offensive coordinator through the years, of trying to get the ball in the perimeter of playmakers. This is a transfer, Demetrius Robinson from California, is originally from Savannah, Georgia. They fake the inside zone action with Harrion, and then they're out on the perimeter with Warner and Nada, two big tight ends that do a really nice job of blocking on the perimeter. And you get in a situation like this, you get one missed tackle, it's going to be over. So really well blocked. You see they've got the zone action working this way. They've got Robinson on the edge, and then you get one missed tackle. He's going to take it the distance. But they're going to do this with multiple people, whether it's Swift, whether it's Hardiman, whether it's Godwin. They're going to get the ball in the perimeter, whether it's quick throws, whether it's speed sweeps, or whatever they do to get the ball in space to make you make tackles in space.
You know, no Sony Michel, no Nick Chubb, but real athletes, again, follow right behind them.
No doubt about it. You got to leverage the ball correctly. And the bottom line, you got to keep them balled up and really leverage the football. That's going to be a critical part of the game, and when you play a team that has this much speed. Another interesting concept with Jim is condensed formations. Number one, to run the football. They want to be able to condense the formations to create some issues for your defensive ends, whether they're getting cracked and all of a sudden they're running the ball inside and you got a defensive end worried about getting cracked, or they're running the ball in the perimeter and they are cracking the defensive end, or they got some sort of misdirection, and they have play actions off all of it. So here they are again, they're in a condensed formation, and right now, based on some things they've done, this left end's worried about getting cracked by this receiver right here. So he's probably not going to be very effective in the pass rush, but they condense the formation. They build themselves a six-man protection with the tight end chipping the end, the back up top helping on the left tackle, and they got an over route right here, which you see it draws two people to the first over route, and what we call a climb concept coming right behind it with Miko Hardiman, who's a fantastic player in space, does a really nice job with the ball in his hands. So they got really a three-level route here, a climb concept attacking the second level here. The back should leak out. They got a climb coming behind it and a big post on top. So he's reading probably 1, 2, back to 3. Really nice throw by Jake Fromm, a really accurate thrower down the field.
Fromm, of course, one of two quarterbacks they played in the ball game this past weekend.
Both he and Justin Fields are outstanding players, and they do a good job for him. You see really nice protection here by the offensive line. Jake's got plenty of time to throw. You see his eye progression going from 1 to 2 to 3. If it doesn't come there, he's probably working the check down to the back. And then this guy gets in space, you got to be able to get him on the ground. That's going to be a huge part of the game on Saturday to eliminate explosive plays defensively. Defensively here, you got Coach Smart and Coach Tucker are very similar to what we do. There's a lot of bump and run involved. There's some split safety concepts involved. Right now that they're in obviously a middle field coverage. You see anytime a defensive back runs, the first thing you're thinking is man coverage. But they're in full bump and run outside. Tyson Campbell's a freshman outside. Dre Baker up top's a veteran player, a senior. It's been a really good player for him. This is a third down situation, and you look at really 3rd and 4. We would call that a deny the ball down defense. You want to play man coverage, tight man coverage, deny the ball, make the quarterback try and fit it in tight spaces. Austin Peay's running a screen here, which is kind of interesting. Their right tackle's running what we call a slip screen, meaning he's not pass setting, he's setting inside. DeAndre does a really nice job right here of sitting on the line of scrimmage. That's really what you're supposed to do. The worst thing you can do is rush up the field and they're going to throw the flare over the top. So the tackle doesn't block him, he sits on the line. You see 52, Tyler Clark. He feels the right guard set him on the line of scrimmage. He stops right there, what we call retrace his steps. Julian Rochester, number 5, he feels the screen as well. He sits on the line of scrimmage. The only guy that's getting a pass block is Ledbetter up top, so he's rushing the edge. So really nice job. You eliminate screens from the interior with 3 defensive linemen doing a really nice job of reading the screen on the line of scrimmage, and a nice job of converging to the ball right there, forcing the 4th down.
That's pretty good instincts for a defense that lost 8 players from last year's squad.
Well, these 4 have played a bunch of football. Actually, these 6 and J.R. Reed's played a bunch of ball for them. So they've got experienced players. And again, the thing that jumps out is just team speed. And it really affects you on special teams as much as anything. But really nice job of reacting inside out on the screen there. Here, a second down medium situation. They're in a 5-man pressure. They're running what we call a Tom stunt. They probably call it a Tom stunt. We're all from the same world here, but he's running a pick to the 3 technique on the center, wrapping, and then what we call jamming the bubble right there and chasing down from the backside. But you see, again, the team speed defensively here, creating a new line of scrimmage up top with Ledbetter. Really nice job of running the ball by Rochester, the 300-plus pound guy across the board. So sustaining blocks is going to be critical to stay on guys, because you see a guy that you say, well, he's blocked. Well, he's blocked. Well, then they're not for long, and they're running to the football, and they're going to play with a great effort.
They gave up just 16 points per game a year ago. They had some guys to replace, including Roquan Smith, but the Georgia Bulldogs, big challenge this week for the Gamecocks. Coach, thank you for the film session. Thank you to Toyota. We'll see you at Williams-Brice Stadium at 3:30.